Well, really proud of our guys. Obviously some adversity on in the game, and I think that injuries are a part of the game. It's unfortunate Jeff Driscoll will be out for the season. He's going to have surgery on his lower leg tomorrow. It's the fibia. I'm not exactly all of the. I just met with Paul Sylvester, our head trainer, and he told me that. So disappointed for Jeff. He's worked extremely hard for this season. One man's misfortune is another man's opportunity. And Tyler Murphy certainly took advantage of that opportunity today with his snaps. Very proud of him. Told our football team in the locker room, a great example of a guy, when your number is called at the University of Florida, you better perform at a high level. That's what's expected. And I thought he came in and kept drives alive with his legs, with his arm. Got us in and out of the right run game looks. And for a backup guy that takes probably 1/4 of the reps during the week to do that, he worked extremely hard in the open week. Obviously, we were a little bit up in the air whether or not Jeff was going to be able to play in the game. Certainly took advantage of his reps. Just so proud of him stepping up and playing the way he played and directing our offense. Again, that's very difficult to do, and he did it very well. First 2 drives of the third quarter offensive were the key to the game. 2 11-play drives, one for 79 and one for 84 for 14 points. It really took the wind out of the sails in the game. No question, 6 turnovers. Defensively was good. We still had some issues as far as taking care of the ball. Kyle's got that was not a bad enough snap not to get that punt off. We got to get that off. But again, I'm very proud of our team. We had some injuries. Obviously, Marcus Roberson was a game time decision. We didn't feel like his knee was well enough to go in and play. He should be fine for next week. Tyler Moore, we didn't feel like his ankle was stable enough. He will be running tomorrow and did run some this week. It was a game time. We didn't feel good about that. But we'll get both of those guys back. And then Valdez Showers, Wednesday afternoon practice, tweaked his ankle. And that may be a week or two. I knew he would be out for this weekend, and then obviously looking forward to maybe hoping to get him back next week. John Alapio got poked in the eye pretty good there. He couldn't see out of his left eye most of the game. Luchez had a contusion on his thigh, and we think he will be fine. He just couldn't extend. But the guys in the secondary rallied. We didn't, obviously, the one drive disappointed with the third down conversions. But Brian Poole goes down, and then Marcus can't play the game, and then Luchez goes down during the game. So we were shuffling some folks back there. But that's part of the deal: man down, man up, and our guys understand that. They understand when the number's called, they got to prepare themselves the right way, and I think we've done that for the most part. But really proud of our team. That was a true team victory, doing what we had to do to win the game, and that's where we are. So I'll open it up for any questions.
Robbie up front, go ahead, Robbie.
Will anything Tyler Murphy do surprise you? Did you kind of expect that? And what's his relationship like with his teammates? They seem to really like him.
He's a very popular teammate. Certain guys have a great personality. Tyler's extremely intelligent, very cerebral guy. He's going to graduate this spring, I believe. A guy that's really, really smart, and just did a fantastic job coming into those circumstances and performing well. And the reason he made some huge throws in the game for us, and huge third down conversion to Quentin down the sidelines, a beautiful throw. It was a great play by Quentin, keeping his left foot in bounds. And then, kept some drives alive with his feet. We put a lot on the quarterback in this game going in, checking the run game from strong to weak. He checked us and put us in the right runs. I just thought he managed the game extremely well, and he made plays.
Jason?
Will, how does this change things for your offense and your team changing the quarterbacks like that?
No, not really. I mean, they're very similar guys, athletic, move around, and can do some different things for us. And there's some throws that Tyler probably likes a little better maybe than Jeff, and we'll tailor those for the throwing game is concerned. But, we'll make those adjustments as we move forward.
And did you have the sense immediately that Driscoll's injury was serious?
Yes, when I saw him go down, and obviously he got hit as he was throwing it, and I saw him look to the sideline and wave, I knew. Because Jeff's is as tough a kid I've been around. And when he looked to the sideline and waved, I knew it was not good.
We're here to the left, Coach. Over here, left.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what kind of person and teammate Tyler Murphy is, having to wait so long to get an opportunity?
Well, that's the thing. I made a point to the team. I said, this guy's got a game ball. Number one, I don't know if we can give him game balls. The NCAA said we could. Huh? May break a rule there. But I just told him, I told our team what a great example, especially for young players. They don't understand. Why am I not playing? And he never had that attitude. He was third last year behind Jeff and Jacoby. Took his opportunities when he had them. He came down to scout team and helped us. Came to me and said, Coach, I want to work scout team. He came to me last year and asked to do that. There's not many guys like that in this society. everybody wants it now and wants it new. And he's a guy that's worked extremely hard, and he cashed in on his opportunity today, and we'll look forward to seeing him play the rest of the year.
We'll go Zach, then Edgar, then Andy.
After the Miami game, you said you weren't happy with how the defense started out early in the game and challenged them to do better. Today they had 3 turnovers on Tennessee's first 3 possessions. Can you talk about that?
I think our guys, understand what's expected here and how we're going to play, and I think they certainly, they're a competitive bunch, and they also understand when it's right and when it's not right, and they understood that we did not perform very well at Miami, and we need to play better, and we can play better, and we can be a difference in every game if we play the way we're capable of playing.
And with Driscoll going down and some of the turnovers, how much did their performance at the beginning of the game help
It
you
kept
guys?
us in the ball game. I mean, it let us catch our breath a little bit. Obviously, sudden change is a part of the game. We've certainly done it too much, but our guys understand. They know they better respond when they get put in those situations.
Edgar?
Yeah, well, could you just talk about Tyler's handling on third down? I mean, you seem to convert a ton of third downs.
Bunch. I mean, great throws. I mean, the huge play to me was the Quentin throw to our sideline. We gave him formation to the boundary. They rotated into the boundary. He had single coverage outside. He took the shot outside, and that that's what we want. That's the way that was the game plan, and he executed. He threw a beautiful ball, and I thought Quentin made just a really nice play on the ball. Another on the hard play action on the seam ball to Quentin was a not well thrown ball. Had a couple more scrambles where he's buying time, and we got an opportunity to throw the ball down the field. And we got Solo could have finished one there on their sideline there for a first down. But he extended with his legs and his eyes and his feet.
Have you ever seen such a crazy first half in terms of the sloppiness, turnovers?
Well, I'd like to not do it again, but. It was, you play through it. It is what it is. We just, we just got to play a little better in some situations.
Kevin over here to the left.
Coach, I know you talked in the preseason about putting a lot on the officials in the targeting play. What did you see on that play, and what was your
the right
reaction?
call. I mean, I don't have any problem with the call. I got a problem with the rule. Brian Poole was not trying to flagrantly hurt anyone, and it's a bang bang play. He's trying to go up. The ball's high. He's going in high. And it's a bang-bang play. It was a correct call. It was the right call.
And the running back situation, particularly with, I know Matt had the early fumble, but came back with a touchdown run, and Mac Brown also ran. Where do you see just kind of your running situation?
Whoever's got the hot hand and whoever's running well. We got Kelvin in the game early. We just got to, whoever has the hot hand, we're going to go with. And that's, at the time, Mac was moving the pile pretty good.
Chris and then Andy. Chris over to the right.
Hey, Will, last year, I think, or for the first 3 seasons, Solo had 8 receptions. He's mostly a jet sweep guy. You speak to his maturation. Now he's a playmaker. He makes things happen.
We challenged him, do you want to just continue to be a jet sweep guy, or do you want to be a major contributor to our football team? And so he worked on route running. He worked on, letting us have the confidence to tailor some things after him. And he's a smaller guy, so there's some different things he can't do as far as some of the middle read and things are concerned that are harder to throw to a smaller guy. So let's get really good at the routes you can run, and he mastered those throughout spring, and then he had a great summer, and he came in and had a really good camp. And that, to me, as much as anything, he saw an opportunity his senior year, his last go-around to the University of Florida, and I'm going to take advantage of my opportunities, and he certainly did.
You spoke about the tone the defense set with the turnovers early, but specifically Dante Fowler was, the guy making those first
He's
two.
an explosive player, and we expect him to play well.
Andy?
Will, given your depth now at quarterback, do you have to worry about how much you run Tyler?
Yep, that's something we'll discuss tomorrow, and we got to make sure in some situations. I thought he did a really nice job, other than one time on our sideline, of getting on the ground. Get the yards you need to get, and don't take the hits. And the way the rules are structured now, they'll protect the quarterback. So you got to get down.
Question in the middle here, and then Pat.
Again, about Dante Fowler, with the forced fumbles and everything, just what aspect of his play impressed you the most?
Well, again, I think that he's just an explosive player. We try and put in some situations where we can create some one-on-ones for him, and we just tell him you need to earn your scholarship when you get in those one-on-ones. And so he'll win a lot of those battles. He's a very physical player, change of direction, explosive guy. He's got a good instincts in pass rush, and I think Brad's done a really good job of teaching him a lot of things that's helped him. But continues to improve and play well.
Pat, and then Mike. Pat over to the right.
Will, can you just talk about the poise that a guy showed in Tyler Murphy, who has not played and, I mean, is put in that situation on national TV.
That's it. Again, hats off to him. He took the circumstances and defied what you would think a lot of backup guys would do in that situation, and went in there and didn't just manage our team. He produced. He had a great production in critical situations in the game. And I thought, again, a guy comes out third quarter. It's one thing when you're thrust in there, another thing when you get a chance to think about it a little bit. And he came out after third quarter and two drives right down the field and made some really good decisions in the throwing game and the passing game in those situations.
Go ahead, Mike.
Coach, there seemed to be a thought before the season that you guys couldn't afford to lose Driscoll or it'd be disaster. Obviously, you didn't think that way. What were your thoughts before the season about the quarterback situation and
Well, I think
relay it
Jeff
to
had earned
now?
the opportunity to be the starter here, and there was nothing that didn't tell me that was going to happen. And as far as his performance in camp, I thought was outstanding. I thought in his first 2 ball games he played well. He certainly made some mistakes in Miami he'd like to have back, but you never know how things work out in life. And Jeff has the appendix situation to start camp, so we go about the first 8 practices. 7 practices, whatever it was, and Tyler was the quarterback, and Brent and I are looking at each other going, this guy's really he's approaching this the right way. He's understanding this is his opportunity, and he stepped forward and he did some really good things for us. I think last week when Jeff was a little gimpy with his knee, Tyler went out and did a really good job with our offense. We ran 1 minute against our defense, so our defense is pretty good, and made nice throws and made good decisions. And he continued to give us confidence in practice that he's going to be able to do the job once his number is called. And then we were sitting there the third series of the game, his number's called. He's got to go play. He's got to perform at a high level, and he did it.
Also, how beneficial were those 8
Well,
practices?
Exactly. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. And there's no question.
We're up front here, and then Joel over to the left. Right here.
Will, right here. You talked about Solomon's play, but can you just talk about the receiving core as a whole and how pleased you've been with Quentin and Trey?
I've been saying it since camp. I mean, Quentin Dunbar continues to make vertical plays down the field. Solomon Patton, Trey Burton. We need the younger guys to keep coming. And I think they will. I think, again, Joker's done a really nice job with those guys and coaching those guys up and being demanding on those guys and understanding what they've got to do to be successful. And that's part of it. And, again, I think I've been very pleased with their play.
Coach, talk about Vernon Hargraves, how much he's done right off the bat as a freshman.
Well, he's a really good football player. He works extremely hard. He's very smart. He understands the game. He's got really good ball judgment down the field, which you saw several times when the opportunities are thrown down the field. He's knocking the ball away. He's a competitive guy. And, again, he probably would have been our starting nickel had he not hurt his shoulder going in, there about the mid part of camp or something like that. But he's just a really good football player. I'd like to say it's coaching, but some guys have natural ability, and he's got a lot of natural ability. But he's a very coachable guy. He listens, he learns, he practices hard, he practices well.
Joey over to the right, then Jason, then Chris in the back. Joey to the right.
Will, who is your backup quarterback now behind Tyler?
Skylar Morningwood.
Go ahead, Jason.
You mentioned some of the things that have happened with Driscoll lately, the Miami game. Where did you feel about where he was at as a player coming into this?
Jeff?
Yeah.
I had all the confidence in the world in Jeff. I think Jeff practiced extremely well. Didn't practice much Monday, but the whole practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Probably had his best Thursday practice as far as throwing the football, making good decisions. I got all the confidence in the world. I heard for him and I heard for us right now because Jeff's a good football player, and it's going to hurt us. I mean, he's a guy that's won a lot of ball games here, and I'm disappointed for him right now.
Chris all the way in the back.
Coach, have you been able to speak with Jeff since you found out that he's?
I did briefly at halftime. While I was coming out of halftime, and he was in there, extremely disappointed. But I'm going to tell you, Jeff Driscoll's a tough kid. He's a tough young man. He's got 2 great parents, and he's a wonderful young man. I hurt for him right now.
And I know that you talked about your defense in comparison to the Miami game, but just in this game, without looking at the tape, can you evaluate how well the defense played?
Well, I thought we started very well, which was a challenge going in the game. I thought we played very well in the first half. I'm a little disappointed in the second half. We were in position to make plays in the run game. We missed some tackles, and we had some guys there at the point of attack, and we didn't make the play. We got hit on 2-wheel routes, which was disappointing. We had very poor eye control in one of the situations. We just do your job, just cover your guy. It ain't real hard. And then, they're late in the game. They hit 2 third downs on us. I felt like coverage-wise we could have been in better position. We'll go back and look at what we were doing and see what we need to do to correct that.
Zach up front.
Can you talk about Darius Cummings' interception return and Dominic Easley's tackle?
I told in the locker room after the game, I don't know who looks worse, me jogging on campus or Darius returning that interception. But Darius looked better than I did, and I was a lot happier to watch him than watch me run. But no, Darius has played well for us. You know, Darius has been a very good addition for us. He's a guy that can anchor in the run game. He plays blocks extremely well. He plays extremely hard. You know, he's a guy that just needs to continue to, you know, work his way in shape. And certainly Leon Orr did ding his shoulder. He should be fine. But when Leon went down, you know, Darius came in and did an outstanding job. You know, but he's played well for us. And again, when your opportunity is called, you got to play well. And Darius played well.
He tweeted yesterday that it has always been a dream of his to have Vern Lindquist say his name on a CBS broadcast, and that's why he came to Florida. Can you just talk about how he had that opportunity by coming here? I mean, he had a lot of options out of JUCO.
I'm glad he's a Gator.
Jason,
Did Vern call his name? I don't know. Okay.
Incorrectly, maybe. You were talking about the frantics. You were talking about the. I have a real question too. You were talking about the frantic start back and forth both teams. How did you feel about the way your guys kept their composure through that?
I mean, again, I think that, you know, I wouldn't certainly not put my first year in that category, but you know, we've shown some pretty good resolve around here of just continuing to play for 60 minutes, keep continuing to play the game. Good things are going to happen. You know, keep playing for each other, keep playing for your teammates, and good things will happen. I mean, our guys have shown a pretty good, you know, skill set to do that around here.
You think that's something you guys have developed? You don't feel like you had that when you first got here?
No, I don't think our first year was very, very good at that.
Can I ask final question as we have a couple of Florida players in here wrapped up front?
Hey, Coach, will you evaluate the play of the running backs, Matt Jones, just how you thought they did today?
Well, again, I thought Mac was doing a good job running. You know, was disappointed. You know, Mac caught the ball there and he's trying to change hands. You can't do that. He knows that in traffic. I mean, we've drilled that a lot. Obviously, not enough. We'll continue to do that. So, but I think both guys did some productive things in the run game, and both will continue to improve. We need to get Kelvin more involved.
And will DeMarcus and LaTroy be back for next season?
Yes.